The morning sun spilled through the sheer curtains, painting golden stripes across the polished oak floor. Elena stirred in bed, her fingers brushing the cool sheets where Daniel should have been. He was gone again. She sat up slowly, her chest tightening with a familiar ache. The house was silent, too silent for a home that once echoed with laughter and shared dreams. On the dresser lay a note in Daniel's neat handwriting. Early meeting. Don't wait up. It was the third time this week. Elena traced the letters with her fingertip, her mind replaying the subtle changes, the way his eyes avoided hers, the sudden obsession with his phone, the faint scent of perfume that wasn't hers clinging to his jacket. Her heart whispered what her mind refused to accept. Something was wrong. She walked to the kitchen, the click of her heels echoing in the emptiness. The coffee machine hummed as she brewed a cup, staring out at the frost-kissed garden. She remembered the early days, their laughter over burnt toast, the way Daniel would wrap his arms around her waist and whisper, "Forever, Lena." Forever felt fragile now. When Daniel returned that evening, Elena greeted him with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Long day?" she asked softly. "Exhausting," he replied, kissing her cheek without meeting her gaze. His phone buzzed in his pocket, and he turned away to check it. Elena noticed everything. She tucked the ache deep inside and smiled. If Daniel thought she was blind, he was wrong. Daniel had always been charming, the kind of man who could light up a room with his smile. But lately, that smile felt rehearsed, like a mask he wore to hide something darker. He came home late, claiming work emergencies. His phone never left his hand, and when it buzzed, he turned away, shielding the screen like a guilty child. One evening, as Daniel showered, Elena picked up his jacket from the chair. A receipt slipped out, a boutique hotel in the city, dated 2 nights ago. Her pulse quickened, but her face remained calm. She unfolded the slip slowly, her eyes scanning the details. Dinner for 2. Champagne. Her throat tightened, but she didn't cry. Instead, she tucked the receipt into her diary, a silent witness to betrayal. The next day, she watched him leave for another meeting. His tie was perfect, his cologne strong, his lies stronger. "Don't wait up," he said, kissing her forehead. "I won't," she whispered, her voice steady though her heart screamed. Elena began to notice more, the sudden gym sessions, the expensive shirts, the way he hummed under his breath like a man in love. But not with her. She didn't confront him. Not yet. She needed more than suspicion. She needed proof. Daniel sat across from her in the dimly lit restaurant, his fingers entwined with hers. Her name was Claire, young, vibrant, everything he thought he wanted. She laughed at his jokes, touched his arm, made him feel alive in a way he claimed Elena no longer did. He told himself he deserved this. After all, hadn't he worked hard to provide for Elena? Didn't he earn the right to a little happiness? What Daniel didn't know was that Elena had followed him that night. She sat 2 tables away, hidden behind a curtain of shadows, her heart pounding but her mind razor-sharp. She watched him lean in, whisper sweet lies into Claire's ear, the same lies he once told her. And in that moment, Elena made a decision. She would not cry. She would not beg. She would outsmart him. When Claire excused herself to the restroom, Elena snapped a photo, Daniel's hand on Claire's, their faces close, his wedding ring glinting under the soft light. Evidence. Cold, undeniable evidence. As Elena walked out into the night, the winter wind biting her cheeks, she felt something shift inside her. Pain hardened into resolve. Daniel thought he was clever, but he had underestimated the woman who shared his home, his life, his secrets. The next morning, Elena sat at the kitchen table, her diary open before her. The receipt lay tucked between its pages like a venomous secret. She stared at it, her fingers trembling, not from fear, but from the weight of clarity. She had loved Daniel for 12 years. She had built a life with him, shared dreams, endured storms. And yet, here she was, watching that life crack like porcelain under the pressure of his lies. Her phone buzzed, a message from Daniel. Running late again. "Don't wait up." Elena smiled faintly. "Don't wait up. How convenient." She closed her diary and stood, her reflection catching in the hallway mirror. For the first time in weeks, she looked herself in the eye. "You're stronger than this," she whispered. "You're not his victim." That evening, she began her quiet war. She checked his calendar, noted his patterns, memorized the names that popped up on his phone screen when he thought she wasn't looking. Claire. Always Claire. Elena didn't confront him. She played the role of the loving wife, her silence a blade she sharpened with every passing day. If Daniel wanted a game, she would give him one, but she would write the rules. 2 weeks later, Elena announced her plan over dinner. I've been invited to a wellness retreat, she said casually, twirling her fork. 3 days in the countryside. I think I need it. Daniel barely looked up from his phone. Sounds great, he muttered. You deserve a break. She smiled inwardly. Oh, I will take a break. From you. The retreat was a lie. Elena booked a modest hotel near the city instead, her real purpose clear, to watch Daniel unravel. She left home with a suitcase and a kiss on his cheek, her heart steady as steel. Within hours, Daniel was texting Claire. Elena knew because she had installed a discreet tracker on his phone, a move that made her stomach churn, but war demanded strategy. She's away for 3 days, Daniel wrote. Perfect timing. Perfect timing indeed. Elena watched the messages roll in, her pulse calm. She booked a table at the same restaurant they planned to visit, her disguise ready, a sleek black dress, a wig, and a pair of sunglasses. The hunter was about to become the hunted. The restaurant buzzed with soft music and murmured conversations. Elena sat in the corner, her heart a drumbeat of icy resolve. She watched Daniel walk in, his arm around Claire, his smile wide and careless. He ordered champagne. He laughed. He touched Claire's hand like it belonged to him. Elena waited until the glasses clinked, until the lies flowed like wine. Then she rose, her heels clicking against the marble floor, her presence slicing through the air like a blade. Daniel, she said softly. His head snapped up, color draining from his face. Claire froze, her smile collapsing into confusion. Elena placed a folder on the table, photos, receipts, screenshots. Evidence so damning it burned. I thought you might need these, she said, her voice calm, almost tender. Since you seem to have forgotten who you married. Daniel stammered, words tumbling like broken glass. Elena, don't, she cut in, her eyes cold fire. You had choices. You chose this. She turned to Claire, her tone gentle but firm. I'm sorry you were dragged into this mess. But he's all yours now. And with that, Elena walked out, her spine straight, her dignity intact. Behind her, Daniel's world shattered like crystal. Elena didn't cry that night. She didn't scream or beg. She checked into her hotel, ordered tea, and opened her diary. On the last page, she wrote, Strength is not in holding on. It's in knowing when to let go. The next morning, she called her solicitor. By evening, the papers were in motion. Daniel tried to call, to plead, to promise change, but Elena had heard enough promises to last a lifetime. Weeks later, she stood in her new flat, sunlight streaming through the windows. Freedom tasted like fresh air, like possibility. She smiled, a real smile, one that reached her eyes. Daniel? He faced the consequences of his choices, alone, broken, haunted by the woman who refused to be his victim. And Elena? She rose from the ashes, stronger than ever, her story a testament to resilience and self-worth. Because in the end, betrayal didn't define her. Her courage did. Thank you for listening. Please leave your comments and subscribe for more stories.